go live. There we go.
Let's see what happens this time. If you heard me say let's what happens this time, then you'll know that something has happened this time. If you did not hear me say let's see what happens this time, then you know that you did not hear me say something has happened.
List to Jericho. Rather odd topic today. Not at all. Have you been to Trekyards? We talk about a whole bunch of stuff. It's actually a really good topic. So.
A gentle live stream. Okay, yeah, it looks like it actually started from when I pressed my button, which has never been a case. Must have changed it. Now it back starts from the stream start rather than when you press start. Which is why it was like 2 minutes of audio test first, because we did 2 minutes audio test. Right, well that's something to... We're gonna have more synchronized from now on. So it's red, so it actually keeps buffered like the minutes beforehand. Huh.
Well, we had 2 super chats, which I got pictures of, so let me read those.
Because our team is on top of it. They know what they're doing.
No, I was on top of this one.
Stuart is on top of it. He knows what he's doing. He's done it for at least a couple of months.
Olivia Julius, $5. Picard was better, hands down. Hashtag Picard's fertilizer. Hashtag Throwback Tuesdays. Hashtag making Stuart read hashtags. My response, hashtags are stupid.
And of course, hashtag Justice for Zahil. We got hashtag Justice for Zahil. Today's video is, of course, hashtag Justice for Zahil. It's good times.
And Broken Speaker, $2. Can't stay. Having a migraine. Here's money. Well, thank you, Broken Speaker.
Well, we
appreciate that.
We couldn't stay either, so we don't blame you.
Anyway, guys, we're here. And we're going to be talking, yes, comparing Season 3 of Discovery to Season 1 of Picard. Who did it better? And the answer is Season 3 of Discovery. All right, thank you so much, guys. It's been a blast.
You've been awesome.
Talk to you later.
Almost universal positiveness on the chat. Yeah, I want to thank our moderators. I want to thank our donors. I want to thank every one of you that's come to the stream to allow us to work on this for you. You know, we wouldn't be here without you guys, and we should do some kind of award show at some point for our best viewership and best vampers. Those have to keep talking while other people are away. The winner for that, I think, today is Samuel Cockings. Okay, Commander Cockings. And
looks like Samuel's still talking.
I'm still waiting until the captain comes back. But until then, I guess I'm the admiral. But I guess not. Oh, he's back. I'll stop talking. I still won the awards.
He just promoted himself to admiral in my absence. So
that's the way the mice will play.
You got 5 seconds. I get promotion. That's what happens.
Yeah. Wouldn't you compare Season 2 to Season 3 of Discovery? No, because we've already done that all season. All season we've said Season 3 is much better than Seasons 1 and 2. Yeah. So, no.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely not.
I mean, Season 2 is barely a decent season. Season 1 is not worth talking about. I'll say to anybody that listens, just don't watch Season 1. Ignore Season 1. Start with Season 2. You'll enjoy it much, much better. The Klingons, at least, you can kind of get behind, because without all that sarcophagus shit, you know, all their bad uniforms, like, okay, they're a bit, but they're, you know, in Season 2, if you started there, it's like, yeah. Very technical here on Trekyards. The wordage, very technical.
Remind me, Samuel, I was talking to Anti-Trek earlier today, and there's something he's doing, which I need to talk to you about, because I think it's a good idea.
Oh.
And I don't want to say it here, because I don't know if he wants it out there yet, because I know he's working on it, but just remind me if I forget. So write down Anti-Trekker or something so I can tell you about it. It's a good idea, and we had some good discussion on it. So
okay, so what I want to see though, let's see how many of you are on the ball. When we say at the end goodbye everybody, I want to see a slew in the chat saying remember Anti-Trekker. So let's see how many of you
remember Anti-Trekker. There you go.
Yeah, R.I.P. Anti-Trekker. No, let's see how many of you actually are on the ball and really pay attention to the stream. And we had that wonderful 4-hour. Well, I say wonderful. With that 4-hour one where, where boy, the amount of you that stayed the entire time, and we had to stay. You chose to stay. What does that say about you guys? So that would have worked then for sure.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yes, Stuart, I'll start sharing this actual link. See you in a minute.
Yeah, James McGill, we did experience the burn here, I guess. Olivia Julius, $5. Picard is better because the 2 plot androids were hot. But who can miss the fact that we now know what Star Trek food is made of? Hashtag eat poop. Well, we've known that forever. That's replicators have been a thing. So just go check your technical manuals. And we've talked about that many times over the years on Trekyards here. So not like it's anything new, but you were right. The androids were hot. Basically, Sutra. Dodge was okay. And what's your name? What's the other one? I don't even remember. Dodge was What's the other android in Picard's name? There was. And that's your name. What's the other one? I don't even remember. It's been a while. What's the other android in Picard's name? Right. There was. So that's your name.
How old you are.
Shut up. Right? Love you too. So yeah, while Samuel's away, we will talk about super chats. If you want to super chat and have your comment read, like just read Olivia's and Eugene's here in a second. Super chat's a great way to support the channel and get your comment out there and read on the air. So if you can, please do. Or just hit the join button, super chat's a great subscribe button. Make sure if you're subscribed, obviously. But yeah, make sure that if you can support us on a monthly basis, hit that join button. Make sure and get you some cool goodies for the live chats. Yeah, make sure that or head on over to Patreon if you can support us on a monthly basis. You guys hit the join button. There's a bunch of stuff in the description you can do, and even save yourself some money over Amos and stuff by clicking the link down there and using the I almost said hashtag. Goddamn it, the discount code. And even save yourself some money over Amos. So clicking the link down. Lots of great ways to help us out. And yeah, I almost said hashtag. Goddamn it, the discount code. And even save yourself some money. You are watching the stream. Lots of great ways to help us out. And yeah. Hearing lots of feedback. What's with the echo? Apparently there's like a lot of echo, Samuel. I don't know if you're back yet. Echo.
Yes, it loaded back in on the... It loaded on thing, then on a different thing. Anyway.
Do we have it fixed now?
Yeah. I shouldn't have loaded there. Oh. But I guess it was like a residual from the other live ad.
Oh my goodness.
YouTube,
okay,
man.
well, we got some super chats. So Eugene puts in 1,000 rubles. So thank you. Star Trek Discovery Season 3 is greater than Picard Season 1. Obviously, the latter is full of ruined characters, disco shuttles, dropped plot lines, Mass Effect ripoffs, budget shortages, and sheer unmitigated disasters. Hashtag fight Kuroga. Very good. Yeah, you summed it up pretty good. There's a few things I'd probably add to that. Like, well, you did say ruined characters, yeah. So, yeah, sorry.
But my thumbnail was positive, happy people. Although weirdly
shiny,
enough,
happy people
wasn't intentional. But it's the final shot of final shot of Discovery Season 3, and like the second shot of Picard Season 1. Because it goes from from like exterior to interior, his face. So actually, it's quite first and last scene. That's kind of weird. But I do have all of our. You guys, and I haven't looked at them for a long time. The thumbnails of all the episodes, so we can directly compare and see if we can remember what the hell happened, if they're interesting enough, and like the amount of Photoshop work I had to do and see what I did, etc. See the Brent Spiner looking like
that'll be interesting.
Brent Spiner, but Stuart, although I guess
no, we got super chats.
Okay.
There's no asking me what I thought was better. No, stop that shit. Pay attention to the chats. We got super chats.
The chat is king. The chat is king. The chat is queen. The chat is world. The chat is all.
Yes. Space Thing, $5. It's not even a fair comparison. Discovery Season 3 is meh, but an improvement. Picard is probably the worst live-action Trek ever produced. That's a pretty good analysis. Thank you. That's exactly... Yeah. Christopher Beatty, $5. Disco is clearly better. Too many lost plot lines in Picard. Hell yeah, we did a video about that. Very lazy ship design and boring plot lines. Yep. And yep. Good call.
Do you remember Narek?
Yes.
They didn't
think about that for a second.
If you remember. They forgot about him.
Yeah. I
I
couldn't even remember Soji's name. Sylvia had to answer it while you were sharing. Cause I'm like, yeah.
There were two of them, and that doesn't help me.
And Soji's the one that was in it for the whole run.
Yeah.
And Dodge, I remembered.
Yeah.
She was the one that was built up, and she died like instantly. It's like, what?
We hoped for one.
And of course, I remembered Sutra, but she's the sexy one, and Kama Sutra. That's like sexy with Sutra. You got to link those two. So I remembered that one, but Soji I just could not remember. So Anywho, Olivia Julius puts in $50 super
Oh.
chat. So thank you so much, Olivia.
Goodness.
You must be feeling generous today, and we really appreciate that.
Must be this topic must really hit home.
And this one's for Sylvia. It said, "Here's to the Admiral telling Captain Foley he's old. By the way, saw a video on the mod chat of Stuart taming the Jeffries tube monster, but there is a new danger. That is of the evil Dr. Dot. Hit like to help us manage this threat." Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the little dot is underneath my desk right now. The Jeffries tube monster is on Sylvia's lap, so on her legs because her legs are out.
Sounds like a safe working environment, Stuart.
Woohoo! It's cozy for sure.
So, Stuart.
No, we got a super chat, so shut up. Bryant Fuller, not Brian Fuller, but Bryant Fuller, $10. Disco was better, in my opinion. However, Picard wasn't bad. I enjoyed most of the season. However, the finale kind of puzzled me, partly due to I was hoping it would end in a different way in my head. Expectations are often a bad thing going in. Better just go with a blank slate and
of course, we always know it's better to have them subverted. You know, you have expectations built up, logical, and to have them, they all should be subverted. Always do the opposite of what everyone thinks to really, make sure they enjoy it. Do the exact opposite that no one thinks or wants.
That's because the viewing audience doesn't know what they want until they're given it, Samuel. That's the argument that'll be made there.
I mean, you'll lose 50% of your audience, but the 50% that you don't lost think you're great. Oh wait. Last Jedi. Let's not talk about it. Can I talk to you yet, Stuart?
I don't know. What do you think?
I guess it's up to the chat, isn't it? I'm at the whim of the chat. Stuart, I want you to ask the chat.
Yes.
About Discovery or Picard, which one better? Have a little
All right,
poll.
guys. Spam the chat. We have 116 people here. First of all, hit like. We got 39 likes. So let's get to 100 likes. Hit that like button if you haven't. And right after you hit that like button, then put in the chat, Picard, Discovery.
Easy.
Just Picard or Disco.
Mm-hmm.
Which one you preferred? We're going to see Disco magic.
We need Jean-Luc Picard. Picard or Disco?
Billy Bob. Yeah, no, that's Billy Bob Riker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah. Don't you miss TNG?
Yes, I absolutely do.
Well, we are going to get back to it soon, but God, have we watched Tapestry yet? We haven't, have we? I don't think we have.
Tapestry? No, we haven't.
Oh, that's going to be such a good one.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to have to do that on Uniform. I'll start that one in TNG, end it in... you know what? I'll do 3 costume chat. I'll start in TNG Red, middle of it I'll be in Wrath of Khan, and then at the end I'll go in TNG Blue.
Yeah.
And you'll just
there
be
you. I'll just be me.
Although actually, no, you should turn to the Admiral while I'm in TNG Blue, because
there you go.
If your life got turned around, you'd be Sylvia, or she'd be in charge. That's it. That's what it would be. She'd be Captain Sylvia, and then you'd be the Admiral off screen, stripping in front of the Captain, doing your version of what she does.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. So we got Discovery, Picard, Disco, Picard, Disco, Picard, Nostalgia, Discovery, Discovery, Disco, Discovery. Mandalorian was good. You're absolutely right, John. Disco, Orville, Disco, Magic, Disco, Picard for the feels. What? And you're talking about okay. Disco Picard. I don't know. There's more Picards than I thought, but I can see why people are, hitting it. That's one of the reasons that I think it's the opposite. That Picard is the failure in this one because it really ruined Picard as a character for me, and 7 of 9, and Egypt. You watch Voyager now, and you see 7 of 9's growth, and you're like, oh yay,
goes nowhere.
I know where this is going.
She becomes a murderer that's happy to murder. It's like, girl.
Picard's going to be a grumpy old
Coward.
bastard. Sweet.
But he can survive a roof explosion with no medical attention, so...
That's true. That is badass.
He can't walk properly, but he can survive a massive explosion on his back.
Yeah, that is action star badassery there, for sure.
Although, I do want to briefly ask, and I don't think I was in this camp, but did you guys think, and please do put it in the chat now, did you think Picard was going to come out of this better? Going Discovery Season 3, did you think Picard was going to be better? Or Discovery Season 3 was going to be better? Because I'm surprised that we're all, at least you and me and all the fans that are now saying easily Discovery. I think most people have said, oh yeah, of course Picard will be better. And somehow...
That's what I thought going into it.
What do you guys think? Let me know.
Picard was... could have been in what I had visioned, you know. We do have some super chats though. SWTX Chaser, $10.
Thank you.
On the no Spore Drive video, I can see Vance saying Spore Drive for quick reaction missions only. Less hubris. Less hubris is in season 3, so Disco wins by a nose. Yeah, I can agree with that statement about the Spore Drive even. I didn't quite buy your whole, let's make a video about that. But that's a subject for another time.
Oh, we already had it. You can go back and watch it. That's a discussion for a pastime.
I was like,
I think I was thoroughly eloquent.
No, you made a good point. You made a good argument, and I appreciate that, but you're still wrong. James McGill, I'm just kidding. It's in $10.
Thank you.
Picard, while respectful to Star Trek canon. Really? Did you see the holograms? Did you see the shuttles? Did you see the Enterprise?
No.
Disco Enterprise?
No, I think it means Picard was faithful to canon. Yeah, Picard while respectful to Star Trek canon.
It wasn't. Did you see the Disco Enterprise as a hologram above his fucking head?
Oh, I see it. Right.
So, yeah, I'm saying. Anyway, was a bit dark.
And of course,
it didn't reach its full potential.
Ignoring Measure of a Man and making slaves, that was a bit dark.
Yes.
That was a bit anti Star Trek.
Yeah. Didn't reach its full potential. In the final episode where the fleet showed up, I went, yes, then, no. Discovery stumbled in season 1, got its bearing in Star Trek 2, and in season 1, got its bearing in season 2, and in season 3, let's fly. Yes, I absolutely agree. There was a three season correction, and yeah.
Although, as opposed to like TNG, where season 1 was okay at best, season 2 is pretty good at best, pretty good, and season 3 was darn good. Discovery was reboot. Oh, it's good now.
The problem there, though, is TNG only had TOS to be compared to, and honestly, Discovery has TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, a whole bunch of shit to be compared to. So,
but it was
more challenging for Discovery, I think.
But it was an uphill battle putting it in the era it was in. They gave themselves all the comparison by putting it there. Picard had none of those things.
Yes.
We were all wondering where's the Roman Empire, but we're not we're not calling them out for canon because they invent new canon. So just like with TNG, you can say I don't like it, but you can't say it's wrong.
Eugene, 250 rubles. Thank you. Picard was marketed as a better thing. The show itself proved that was it was a lie. I just pictured Maury Povich there. The show itself said that was a lie.
And actually, it's funny because the trailer, I remember exactly where I was, when I was, and how I watched that trailer, and seeing Data and Seven for the first time, the amount of excitement, it's like, oh, they finally got it right.
Yeah.
Like, you don't bring Joey Ryan back unless it's good. And you don't invent her to be bisexual, pansexual, lesbian via an impromptu on-set flattery chemistry. That's why you have writers that carefully think of things.
Moving on. Puggy the Pug puts in $5. Thank you, Olivia. I am the cutest of pug. Resistance is cute. Surrender your couch and prepare to be awed. Aw, that's cute. That's a good super chat. Thank you, Olivia. Phil Ingram says, sorry guys, Disco Season 3 had the best premise, but the reason for the burn threw it all out the window. It didn't, though. That's just your opinion, because it wasn't a big grand thing that could happen again and again and again.
Well, it's the sort of thing that it promised the potential of a massive 12-course epic meal. Instead, it gave us a really tasty bowl of noodles. So it's just like, you know what? That makes sense. It's not like woo, but it's like that's tasty, and I just needed that.
It's as I was talking about Trek earlier today. It's a TNG episode stretched over a season, because life doesn't revolve around seasons or episodes. Just because something happened 100 years ago doesn't mean it's got a simple explanation that you don't have just an hour to solve it. So you got years. You find out it's a simple thing that happened. Same thing happens in an episode of TNG. So
yeah,
I don't know. I know it's not life's not a show, but that's not how real life works.
Whereas in Picard, with the entire synth thing, it was quite interesting, and then it devolves instantly. Because remember how Soji suddenly becomes the, no, actually, I am going to help them kill all sentient life in the galaxy, just like the AI in Discovery. I'm going to do that. I'm going to open a portal to sentient space robot squids that are going to kill all life in the galaxy.
Cthulhu.
Huh?
Cthulhu.
Yeah. It's like, that was a good ending. That was a satisfying payoff to an entire build-up. And and we never even got a reason. See, at least we got a reason for the burn that is A, B, C. There you go, right? But even asking why was Daj and Soji sent to a Borg cube to find information on a thing that had nothing to do with it, it's like, well, that isn't. Why did she go to the data room, Stuart, and not know about data? That's a flaw.
Yeah.
Remember, this was written by a Pulitzer Prize winner. Doesn't mean he's a good writer, because clearly not a good writer, as in of that specific thing. But then, Stuart,
we got a super chat.
Okay,
sorry, my friend. Sorry. Super chats take precedence. Murray Nathan puts in $2. Star Trek PTSD, Picard Trek series dud. There you go. That's good. That's good.
So, Stuart, what do you think of? Does Discovery Season 3 beat Picard Season 1? Picard Season 1 beat Season 3? How would you compare them?
I thought I already answered this.
Yeah, we're doing the direct version, has now got more people.
Hit like, guys. Speaking of, we should get to 100 likes. Anyway, Season 3 obviously is the winner. It felt Star Trek. It had 2 seasons to kind of learn its mistakes and stumble and fall like a little baby fawn. And then it learned, and now it's better. And it feels like Star Trek at the end. And Season 4, they can start being Star Trek because they know what they're doing now. Thank you.
And also, clearly the showrunner understands the show better. Not like understands it too much, because, you know, if you watch the interviews, she's not the most knowledgeable on Trek. Doesn't need to be, as long as you understand the vibe of it and have writers around you that understand it properly. But Picard, I mean, just having Raffi, like, what, an hour from LA? From a hub, from a city, being
literally at Vasquez Rocks.
We've literally drove there, know exactly the distance. It's, you know, we did it and back in before the sun went down.
When you're on the rocks, you can see the houses. Like, it's not like you always get the sense it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's not. Like, there's subdivisions like encroaching upon it. It's like, wow. Mm-hmm. And that's now. That's not in the future.
And for her to be like, you know what, you really got me here in the poverty line, 12 minutes from a major metropolitan city with infinite replicators that can feed me anytime I want.
And I have bastard. a replicator in my trailer. I can make anything I want.
Unlimited
but goddamn,
power. Friends in all high places. Oh, it's like, what are you on about? Just because you have vintage things that you could also replicate and have tomorrow if you really want. It's like, really? Pathetic.
Yeah.
Doesn't understand. But yes, Stuart, I'd also agree that Discovery Season 3 is better than Picard Season 1. To my surprise. But I do think a lot of that just came down to Season 3 of Discovery not feeling like it was actively trying to hurt canon. It felt like a gentle tidal wave on top of canon that remarkably did not want to make too many waves in the grand scheme. Every time they could have, like, you know, the Trill home planet, they could have said, we've had thousands of human Trill. I'd be like, what? Oh no, they were very, 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 you know, kind of the opposite, but very chill with it. Constantly chill. It was remarkable how chill they were, you know?
Yeah. I think people had high expectations and hopes for Picard, and it just let them down. It was so dark and depressing, and I think that's the problem. Expectations going into something really lead to ultimate disappointment if it is disappointing, and I think that was the case with Picard for most people.
It's also one of the things that Burnham was so much better in Season 3 because she was more light-hearted, more emotionally invested, more emotionally investable. Like, you can relate to her more. Whereas Patrick Stewart and Star Trek Picard has played the more dire character, but if you didn't have the decades of goodwill with the character, you would not enjoy the character. It's just because it's a legacy factor of you are already so invested, you've seen them since you were young, a lot of us since we were children, etc. That's where that comes from. But, you know, why do you want to see a hero fall, especially a hero that is the, you know, wins most polls over Kirk? You know, even Kirk's final moments, he was still a brave, strong guy. Not the smartest in the, you know, egg in the batch, but he never quite was. At least the way he went out, I mean, it was dumb, but it was still, you know, it's dumb, but.
Yeah. Melissa Jericho, I agree. Picard is in the Disco Prime timelines, the Disco-verse.
I mean, the ship's in that universe, so.
Yeah,
and
they they've confirmed it with the Discovery Enterprise
And
there. So
Picard comm badge and uniform is in the Discovery version of the future, so they
Mhm.
each are directly linked to each other.
Mhm.
Direct
and
to
neither
them.
one is Prime clearly. So there you go. Patrick James though throws in $20, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
I had little expectations from Discovery, just wanted a few good stories and characters. Picard I expected a lot more from, hence the greater disappointment. Exactly.
Yes,
that's
that's
kind of
true.
what I was just saying. So I totally agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah. We just didn't want it to be bad, and it wasn't bad, as in Discovery. Which, that itself was quite a surprise.
And it was an improvement on what we had seen prior from it. So they were working in the right direction. So we were happy.
So, is it fair then to say that now Picard season 4, Picard season 2 is going to be much better because we have lower expectations, so much lower?
Maybe, but they really need to learn from. Just watch reviews, watch reactions to your shit, guys. You'll know that what you need to do, what you need to fix. Will they? I don't know. I don't have faith. That being said, they did listen to a lot of the fans' things for Discovery. Season 2 was much better than season 1, and then season 3 they gave us a lot of what we wanted. So I mean, they are paying attention. I just hope Picard is its own creature.
Well, I mean,
logically,
the Picard synth hybrid is fully mobile, fully healthy. You know, there'll be no sense of illness, of I can't run. You know, expect to see stunt doubles of Picard running across, you know, like classic action Picard. Because you can't argue, oh, Patrick's 80. Yeah, but his synth is brand new. Sorry. He has to be very capable of walking around. You can't throw this shit.
But they put that limitation on it that we made it exactly like you. Even the point where you'll die at the same age. Stupidity. Dumb.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily imply that they gave him arthritis as well.
I think it does. Go back and watch that scene.
But he feels sprier. There's a certain energy he hasn't had all season, except in the first scene where he's not really there.
That is true. I'll buy that. But I still think that they put those lines in there to put that limitation. Like he's going to be hobbling around still because we made him just like you.
But also, remember, the whole season, also the weight of the character's emotions of being depressive but Data for some reason still. He's now no longer got that weight, so he's also symbolically lighter.
Yep.
So I think, yes, you're right. They can absolutely say, oh yeah, hold on. Admiral Picard, you know how you had arthritis for 30 years? We gave it to you still, because you were going to miss it. What? I thought I could walk and talk. No, arthritis still. Oh, fuck.
Pretty much.
You shits. Mr. Spiner, just did an accent of me for 20 fucking years. Don't do otherwise. Anyway, engage.
Let me guess. I also have an artificial heart. Of course, all of me is artificial, but you made it so that it needs to be replaced still. Fuckers. DGR Blue 4, welcome to the rank of captain. Welcome, sir.
Oh my god.
DGR Blue, he is one of the gentlemen that I play bridge crew with.
Excellent.
So well acquainted with DGR. Good way to get your captaincy there. I guess that says you want the captain's share next time we play bridge crew, eh?
Well, he can fight you for it now by just saying, hey, it's my turn. And to be fair, so if you want to become an admiral, you could absolutely now outrank Stuart in bridge commander and bridge crew and say, I want to be in the captain's chair, captain. And you're like, fuck, admiral, fuck.
Good to see you, Will. Thank you for joining.
That's awesome. Thanks so much. Very kind.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, so... Oh, Eugene, 250 rubles. Didn't expect much from Picard. Still was disappointed. Constant Mass Effect vibes didn't help.
Yes.
P.S. Discovery Season 2, Episode 2 to 6 are better than Season 3. More focus on characters other than Michael Burnham. So Season 2, Episodes 2 to 6.
That was before the Angel suit. That's when she was out with Spock and the crew just doing their own thing. So it was two completely different crews.
I'd have to go back and watch. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but
I know what you mean, because there was just that's why we said Burnham needs a secondary with her so that she can be with them.
Yes.
And not the rest of the crew. If she's with the main crew, she outdoes them all.
And they gave themselves a way out when they did Season 3 by giving her book.
Yes.
So if at any point they need to get her the fuck away from everybody, they can be like, here,
honey,
you and book go off.
Can we transwarp away? But I'll take the shield on 25%. We know they can handle it. To the Delta Quadrant.
We'll put Tilly in charge. Let's go.
And Tilly, 13 minutes next time, okay? Cool, thanks, babe.
13 and a half. Let's go.
Okay, each invasion attack, add 1 more minute, okay? Eventually, Tilly, when you get to 30 minutes, we'll upgrade your rank, okay?
Yeah. I can just see Tilly taking the Kobayashi Maru in season 4. Just try to last longer than 12 minutes, Tilly. Anyway, James McGill, $5.
James.
If glass can be shattered by sound waves at the right frequency, then why crystal by dilithium crystal by distressed kid born on and lived around the lithium crystal having special connection? Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I didn't like the in utero stuff, and like I compared it to radiation. Like, just because a person's pregnant doesn't mean their kid's gonna have fucking superpowers and be rich. But comics tell me otherwise.
Yes,
that said. So
I mean, it is still a fictional story, which things need to happen. I think we would just have preferred if we had heard in that final mission log by the mum, if she had said, as a way of letting my child survive, we genetically modified him while pregnancy to give him the best chance, and therefore it was both a combination of man-made or Kelpian-made, but then it would have been the Kelpian's fault, and now you've got a guilt factor, because it would, and then Sarah would be like, oh shit, you caused a burn by being here. But if I hadn't told Starfleet about my people, so yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I totally agree with all the things you just said.
But remember, dilithium is the key material in the galaxy. It's the single thing that every race has used to create warp drive. It is the god material. So of all the materials, you know what I mean? It's got. And to be fair, if it was a human, I'd have much more problem. We don't know Kelpian physiology. We've never even been remotely shown Kelpian physiology.
Very true.
So
very true.
we have no frame of reference, and it's future Kelpian as well. So if it was human, I'd say, oh come on. But it's like, look, we don't know Kelpian,
Damn you and your logic.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's right on that line of, but.
Yeah. Area 51, $5. Picard, what about my erectile dysfunction? Sorry, still have that. Damn it. Yeah, that's something I would want
I just got
for
that,
sure. Yeah. DGR Blue 4, $2. Not so bad for a degenerate. Well, yeah. But we're Degeneration X. That goes to a conversation that we were having in the bridge crew chat earlier today, so good call, Will. Total.
Well, I was gonna quickly say though, I got, and so I mentioned Beyond. I think I still probably enjoyed Star Trek Beyond more than Discovery Season 3 and Picard. As I know, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just thinking.
I would agree. Yeah, Beyond was the best of all of them, and it was good, better than I would totally agree.
I mean, it's a very weird way of approaching them, but just like pure simple story, and and I think also talking to Sean Hargraves quite a lot, getting to know him a bit. He means so well, etc., etc. Cool.
Yeah.
No fight there at all.
Total random reviews, puts in $5. Thank you. In my opinion, Lower Decks is the best Trek since Enterprise Discovery Season 3 and the best Trek since Lower Decks. Mm-hmm. Very happy with both. Yeah, that's why somebody in the comment section for when I shared this on Facebook earlier was like, why aren't you comparing Season 1 of Lower Decks with these things? I'm like, because it would fucking win. It's hands down the best Star Trek we've had. But we're talking about live action Star Trek. So
this is a more fun debate. Because Lower Decks has made on like a 15th budget of these. I mean, so Nico Martin Green's paycheck is probably 2 episodes of Lower Decks, you know what I mean?
Oh, easily, yeah.
And certainly Patrick Stewart, probably his entire funding is for the entire season, is probably the entire season budget for Lower Decks. I mean, that's not even it's a cheap show in a good way, Yeah.
Sebastian, aka Space Daddy.
Oh goodness.
So dirty. €2. Remember, Kelpians can sense death. Can they though? That was a thing. That was a big plot point. That was a thing, and then it just wasn't. So
that was a Brian Fuller plot point.
That was a Brian Fuller.
Went through. Remember, they literally invented the Harai to remove the Brian Fuller concept, because that wasn't in season 1. They invented a thing to remove it, and you've got to assume that I mean, 5, he presumably could sense the coming death unless they took that out of him. But yeah. Although, boy, you would think that actually would that have been a better thing if it wasn't the death of the mum, but if his Vahara make him go crazy, made him scream, and therefore cause it? What if?
No.
Okay.
I like the death of the mom being the impactful thing. Like that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that that could have been an interesting. Like it would have been interesting if she had lived until that point, and that had been somehow linked.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, like the teenage years are the hormonal things are rough.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
Because they go mad. That was the whole point. So that's why you can imagine it destabilize the entire planet. I'm just thinking, but I think the mum thing was, I called that right from the get go. So,
yeah, I think they want to say though in the space of the 900 years that the Vahara is very much reduced now.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Because they've allowed it to happen. It's the next evolutionary thing, so it starts to, And we talked about her possibly, not being 100% Kelpian, like being diluted a little bit with other species and stuff over those centuries, which is a distinct possibility. So.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, and I like this as a detail. I mean, male speed, just the guy couldn't have any prosthetics. That may be the case. I mean, not everyone's willing to do 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of makeup, but the makeup's clearly a lot less on Sakal than Saru, which is great. You could see there was a difference, not just because of younger, because I mean, arguably Sakal is older than Saru, given the fact that he's 100 something or other. We never have assumed that Saru is that old, but it would be odd if he was. But obviously he's acted like a child because he's never grown up. So, he's an adult acting like a child, even though he's like 70. So it's a good acting considering what it is.
And they've never once said how long Kelpians live because they were getting culled, and in the Mirror Universe, we don't know how long they lived there. They were like getting culled by the Baul, whatever, in our universe. So we've never been established how long they've lived. So
that's actually really yeah. So obviously Saru must be teenage years just over that because he went through Baharai at a certain point. I mean their version of teenage years
in season 2.
Season 2. Although that was still a lot of years before. I mean he's still going to be probably in his 50s, 45, 50, or that's their years, whatever. But we also saw the Elder, so we do know that the first time we ever saw anyone that old, which was quite satisfying actually.
Yep. Devo 77X, I've heard rumors of a 7 of 9 series, The Adventures of the Fennec Rangers. Who is the law? There is no law.
I am the law.
I was just going to say that. I am the law.
You said it the other day, so I just remembered it.
Yeah.
The problem with that show, right?
I say it a lot because I'm a dad. Anybody backtalks me, it's like, I am the law. Anyway, continue.
Each time we say it, you get worse and worse. I am the law. I'm Batman.
They just know what it means now, and I'm like,
but no, the problem is the Fenris Ranger is still a bit of a shit name. Okay, it doesn't mean
it's
the
stupid.
Thing. Yeah, it doesn't.
It sounds like a branch of a spin-off of Power Rangers.
Yeah, or like a Range Rover. This is the Fenris Ranger Rover. It just doesn't work for me. Like the Obsidian Order sounds excellent. The Tal Shiar, brilliant.
Actually, when I think of Fennec Rangers, I just think of like Fennec Rangers. I think of like archers running through the forest, like following Robin Hood. That's the kind of vibe that I get from the
Which
Fennec
makes
Rangers.
no sense, but I absolutely can get what you mean. Yeah.
So it's a stupid name.
But also, 7 of 9 is now a worse character. She's not very interesting to follow. They've ruined most of what she was. So I'm not that engaged. I mean, I'd only want to watch her show, assuming she would then meet a lot of her Voyager friends. That's really the only reason I'd watch the show and be really interested.
Yes.
Like have
you
her...
committed. You did what?
Yeah.
You did what? Oh my God, you're such an awful person, 7. Thought I raised you better than that.
Yeah.
Admiral Janeway's all like, erg.
Yeah, it's weird. And also their ship design was crap, so like it'd be fine if basically it was Star Trek Renegades, the fan film, if she was able to lead a team informally for the Federation. They use a Federation starship, but it was an odd design and shoot. That would work if it was just.
That sounds like the plot of Prodigy almost.
Well, yeah, but this would be more roguey. And then the reveal of the end of season 1 would be actually their Section 31 is the one that are letting her do a thing. Turns out she's the Section 31 show, and Giorgio is actually the admiral's giving her missions. Like but the communique is like dark figure, kind of like future guy. But it's like it's much your mission is complete. And at the end it's revealed it's Giorgio. We're like, oh my God, this is the Section 31 show. And season 2 is Ready for this? 7 of 9 and the Fenris Rangers, a Section 31 story featuring Philippa Giorgio.
That's another thing. When I hear 7 of 9 and the Fennec Rangers, I expect to see her doing this. Big like F on her chest.
Yeah, is it Fennec or Fenris? Can I see Fennec? Can you say Fenris?
Fenris.
Which one is it?
The stupid Rangers. I don't know what it is. I don't care.
So Stuart, let's go through.
All I know is that if I push this thing, they will come. Do you want me to push it and see?
I mean, yeah.
Here we go. Maybe they'll be here now. Are they here? Oh, they take some time, travel time.
Stuart, no, they'll go through Transorb. Are you kidding? Oh, they're already here. No.
Murray Nathan, $2. Robo
go.
Picard got an extra inch for deep exploration.
Wow.
That sounds really dirty.
But he means extra inch in height for better looking through vistas, is what he means.
I don't know what he means, but that's just dirty.
If you want to super chat to clarify, you should.
Jeez. Eric Spengler, $7 Canadian. Thank you so much. I thought that we would have insight into the distress signal music with Su'Kal on the ship. Did I miss something? Yes, you did. It turns out the music was just part of the repeating pattern of the Federation distress call, amplified through the nebula from which it was being filtered through. So why everybody knew about it never really kind of was answered. So
well, it was implied, you know, which was the chicken and the egg? Did the signal go back in time, or was the signal just based on a song that everyone knew that happened to be the one song that was around the galaxy? Because if like 25
everybody remembered it because they're all 125 years old or younger. That's why I think that's what was the implication was that this has been. I don't know.
Also possible, although I think they did say it was centuries old in one of the scenes. I think they said it was like from 800 years ago on one of the planets. I think the tactical lady said. I think so.
There was no real clarification, and I'm glad it kind of fizzled out because I didn't give a shit. And we both said at the time, if they follow this and it becomes like the Red Angel thing, it's going to be stupid beyond stupid. So I'm glad it just fizzled out. So
yeah, one of those few, let it die, kill it if you know, let the past thread die, kill it if you have to. Although, you know, I think it's fine if well, I mean, actually, hold on for a second. Actually, I might have just worked it out. If the mum is sending out a distress call, right, and she has limited power, and she's registering that, okay, there's so much interference, something that will seem, you know, SOS fine, but it's not universal. Maybe it doesn't. I mean, it is universal, but let's say it isn't for a second. I know there's a song. I've searched the computer. There's one song resonance that exists. Weirdly enough, in like 130 planets, like big planets, and those planets all have space travel. So I'm going to incorporate that into the distress call, because then, if a computer goes by us and detects a constructed part of a signal, they'll say, "Oh, this is a thing to look at inside the background radiation," and therefore, you know, it's that you know, weird 1 in a million thing that happened to be. It's like there's that joke. Oh, it tastes like chicken. Well, why does every alien thing in every planet taste like chicken? Because there's some universal constants. So it's
like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yes,
the exact
Happy Birthday.
Yeah, and the exact same tune as the alphabet song.
Yeah.
So
what do you think? So it's kind of like she picked it on purpose, part of the stress call, to kind of be more a universal, like an added layer to try and pick up on.
Well, see, I don't think that's the case. I think it's because it's kind of explained in the episode. It's the resonance of the nebula.
Yeah.
And then hidden within that, kind of in sync with it, is the Federation distress call. So once you stripped away the interference from the nebula, you got just the pure distress call. So
what's the chance
maybe
of that appearing?
Maybe that's an explanation.
But that implies it would appear organically, as if just it happened to be. Whereas if they intentionally added it to the stress call.
And Ozzy's right. Row, row, row your boat's the same tune as Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star and the alphabet song.
Oh, goodness.
So.
Huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, first episode of this, Stuart. I've got the 2 thumbnails. Reminding us, I have 5 pictures of 5 people. Remembrance, and shows you the different style we have, the different thumbnails. But yes, episode 1. Which episode 1 was better? Picard season 1 or Discovery season 1?
Picard season 1.
Episode 1, yeah, sorry.
Because I thought the first episode of season 3 of Discovery was fucking garbage.
I think
Picard,
you'll
at
like it
least-
more in second watch when you retrospectively watch. I think you're gonna like it more.
I've watched it a few times now as a part of that whole thing back in the day when I first
Yeah.
saw it. I haven't watched it since, so maybe.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Picard, you at least had Data in uniform. You had the Enterprise. You had, you know, some cool things. And we got, okay, Picard's living on the thing. That's cool. You know, you got the Federation News Network. You get Worf.
Mhm.
You actually see Worf as part of this whole thing, as a part of the News Network's presentation. So, I mean, that had a lot of stuff in it that I was like, hopeful. Yes, this is good. This is all right, cool. We're off to a good start. Whereas episode 1 of season 3, I'm like, where's Discovery? I mean, I care more about everybody else on Discovery than I do about Michael Burnham, so I don't really give a shit right now. So I was tuned right out, unfortunately. But yeah, so yeah, that's for me, I'm sorry, but this is where Picard will probably the only slam dunk as far as episode to episode goes.
And the G says sound doesn't travel the galaxy in a millisecond. Grr. Well, it wasn't sound as vibration, and vibration can travel through subspace in a second. I mean, like you're thinking two-dimensionally. Think 3 and then 4-dimensionally. You know,
Just thinking ape-brained.
yeah, it's waves.
Stop it.
I mean, sound is just energy, and an energy wave thrown through an energy network, flowing through subspace. Boom, done. Yeah, no, I think episode 1 of Picard, episode 3 of Discovery was way more character focused. Like you got to like Book, and relate to him more than I think Daj, because that fight scene at the start, you knew it was stupid from the get go. That was a bad sign. Burnham, I think, impresses in the first episode because she's better, but the first scene's distractingly like, time suit. Okay, we're just going to destroy it for some reason. I mean, you could keep it and scan the planet, you know? You can still fly with it, you know?
You can send it back any fucking time. It's a time suit.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to make a wormhole and launch it right away. That was so confusing to me.
Well,
And even it took me a while to figure out, oh yeah, she's promised Spock that last message.
Mhm.
The wormhole's there. Like, you can make that wormhole at any point. Maybe the suit's gonna run out of power. Fine. You give yourself a year. Wow, what a random number. A year. Find another thing that can power up the suit and send it back then. Use it to scan, use it to do things.
and they don't ever tell us that the suit is a one-use suit and the time crystal's intact, so the suit has not been established that it will run out of power. Like, and the wormhole you've just made, the wormhole you just came through, will go right back into the time you sent the suit, like the time it came from. So why is the Red Angel signal like 2 weeks later for Spock if the suit came through the same time? Unless the suit
Everybody's saying that the time crystal was destroyed and there's no more time crystals.
No, that was Burnham's mum's suit.
I know.
When was Burnham's suit's time crystal destroyed? It wasn't.
And even if that's the case, there's still a whole monastery full of time crystals. Just go get one.
I mean,
You
maybe
don't know
not-
the situation.
Maybe not in
until
the
it's
future.
yet.
But no,
Oh yeah, but still, I would take that risk personally.
I remember the computer, the suit has an unlimited storage capacity, which you might be able to sell, etc. Just that bit, you know. It has scanners. I mean, you know, it's also
You
an
don't know what's
armored
going-
suit. You also fell from
Yeah.
space in it. I'm sure I can take some phaser blasts. What do you have otherwise? A bio thing.
kit.
Yeah.
Well, she had a kit with a phaser and a combat, a little Delta badge and a communicator. So yeah.
Yeah.
They said the time crystal burned out, so she had to send it into the wormhole because she couldn't open a new one.
When did
When
they
did-
say that?
When did they say that? Because I must have missed that.
Please quote that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah.
But I think Picard season 1 gets the cake there. It had so much potential, and because it gave
And
us
goodwill.
Yes, because it implied to us we're going to learn about the Romulans, like all these, like give us answers to these galactic questions. They really just drop balls on, you know.
And that's the difference for expectation. Picard had so much hope and goodwill going into it, the first episode, plus with the way they started it with the Enterprise and seeing Data in uniform, you're like, yes,
They understand.
Sweet.
Yeah.
this is what we want. They've learned from Discovery. Going into Discovery season 3, we're like, we saw seasons 1 and 2, so we're watching. So we're going in with that expectation of they're going to let us down, and it kind of went, it kind of got better. So yeah, it's all about expectation, I think.
Yeah. So I think that one's fair enough. Actually, what do
Yeah.
you guys think? Let's just have a quick poll. Who ends on
Yes.
episode 1? Pick or disc?
Pick or disc.
Picard.
Pick or disc.
And Matthew DeFrieda says it was a one-way trip, and yet she could send the time suit back.
Yeah, like why didn't you just stay in the fucking suit and go back in the? Sure,
Well,
Discovery would be screwed, but who gives a shit? I'm back in my own time. It's fine. Hi, Spock. How you doing?
I mean, the whole point was to get obviously the sphere data in the future. So Discovery was the thing that was meant to go go forward. Yes. But they still didn't. I guess they did the wormhole destat. I don't know. They didn't think it through that much.
It wasn't explained very well. If it was explained.
Well, they wanted just to skip through it. They wanted to leave behind season 2. You know, just leave behind. Yep. Literally, figuratively, move on.
Yes. So we got Picard,
cool.
Disco, Picard. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Excellent. Good. Consensus.
Yes.
Episode 2. Now this is where our memories are going to start to get a bit more. I'll let you handle the synopsis here, Stuart. Instead of the first one.
Well, hold on. I gotta wait for the thing to change. Obviously, I'm a little delayed here. I'm delayed. All right. So. Oh, yes. This was the introduction to what happened on Mars. And was this the investigation of Dodge's quarters?
Guess so, yeah.
This soon? I didn't think it was this soon. I thought it was like episode 3 or 4. Anyway. Okay.
No, he leaves episode 3.
Okay. See, I don't remember. I have to go back and watch this shit. Overall, not so bad. I did enjoy some of the... Like the fact she had an Irish accent was a little bit odd. Cheeky feckers, shit like that kind of bugged me a little bit. The seeing the B4 droid or whatever the fuck F8. He was, F8, fate. No fate, but what we make.
Yeah, and then used to kill.
Yeah, that was all right. I mean, we got a new shuttle at the Mars thing, the John Hughes kind of design, which is cool.
It wasn't the Discovery shuttle.
I think he's excited about that. I don't remember exactly how the episode ended, but okay. So that's that one. Then we get Discovery, or season 3, episode 2, which I really enjoyed because it was Discovery. We saw the crew. We saw them crash. We got the guy from Hell on Wheels there, the playing Zara. Really good bad guy in that episode, I thought. We got Tilly not being a Starfleet officer by hiding behind a bar, which kind of bugged me a little bit.
Future Captain Tilly!
Hiding behind a bar, yeah. Even though she's been trained by Starfleet. Whatever. Anyway, so honestly, I think again, I think this time it's going to be Discovery, because I remember really enjoying that episode, just because the first one was all Michael Burnham, and this was no Michael Burnham. It was all Discovery crew, which I care more about those characters than Michael Burnham.
This is our diametrically opposed opinion.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna vote for Discovery on this one.
Yeah, I remember episode 2 for Picard being... It was cool about the robots, and then you realise, oh wait, they just destroyed Measure of a Man and Data's legacy.
Yep.
And since we then learned that was a scene filmed way later, because they realised we need to extend these scenes. And it's like, really? So showing us the important event with past canon was a side thought? Really? Wouldn't this be an important thing to show and include as backstory? Oh no. And Picard's pretty good in this, although then the firefight in the house is absolutely atrocious, beyond awful. And we
is that soon?
Maybe not. Maybe that's episode 3. No, it must be episode 3 because he leaves. I guess I don't know. They blend together because this is the one he sees the Admiral this week.
Is this the one where the explosion happens?
Which explosion?
The one where Dodge dies?
No, that was episode 1.
Was it? Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, because at the end of episode 1, he's on his couch. He's like, "I will find her," and it cuts the Borg cube. We're like, "Oh my god, there's the other one." This one, we get him going to Starfleet Command, which was cool, and then we get one of the worst admirals of all time. And considering we met Vance, who was absolutely incredible, she was absolutely awful. Wow, can't see. Just poorly written and poorly, just. And then seeing Discovery shuttles flying next to Picard in the window, just bad choices. And they should just been the shuttle from Planitia. It's like, you had this better shuttle. Why are you using these other shuttles? Just use that shuttle everywhere. That's fine. Embarrassing stuff like that. And also, I remember in Narek, because I was trying to show him a bit, and he was the one that gave us stuff about the Romulans, about the Borg. Like, he gave us the context, which was good. Doesn't go anywhere else. The lady, the black lady, the friend, disappears.
Yep.
Like, she was interesting and went away. Who cares? Moving on. And then and we start to see that same goddamn room set showing because it's a really cheap show because they use the same room for 40 or 50 rooms. Stupid. But yes, and considering Naris, is that her name? Oh no, the lady, the Romulan lady, she's also universally translating. So she's speaking in Irish accented Romulan through a universal translator to a man speaking French. Well, not really, but that would have been kind of funny if it was. I don't know. I think for me this one's a tie because Picard wasn't. It was starting to go downhill already, but not so much. And this one was one of my least favorite in season 3 for half of it. Half it felt like a procedural where no one cares, and the half is good, but Tilly's not very good in it, or she's okay. But the Corridons were good, and Giorgio was who the hell cares.
Pretty much, yeah.
Except the love interest with Linus, hashtag Giorgio Linus forever. We knew it was happening. They implied it. I mean, we don't want Seven and Raffi. We want Linus and Giorgio.
It's true.
That's the love triangle.
Actually, I want Linus and Seven. Let's make that work. Maybe he's still alive in Picard time. Maybe he lives long. Who knows?
But he went to the future, Stuart.
Oh fuck! That's right, he did.
You forgot about the time travel, Stuart.
Anyway, put in the chat, guys. Picard, Disco, or tie?
Yeah, I'm a tie on this one.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's my only tie, though. I think this one they're so. Otherwise, it'd be Picard slightly, but I think just a tie.
Yeah, I gotta.
Because now I like the characters better in Discovery because of the rest of the season, Whereas we then lost the Romulans, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking something up here, so. What's the chat?
No, Phil. The Discovery season went everywhere. They showed us the entire new Federation landscape. They showed us lots of races, showed us lots of people, showed us lots of politics. They introduced villains and economics, and they created a problem and solved it. No, it went everywhere. And they brought people into the universe. No, I think it went everywhere.
Yeah, I'm pulling up IMDb just to get a quick synopsis of the Picard episodes because it's been so long.
Start of the year. Yeah, well, actually, no, we'll be starting Picard in a week. 12 months ago.
Yeah, that's scary. Holy shit. Yes. All right, so what is the chat saying there? We got disco. Some people said disco when we started talking. Easily disco. Discovery. Yeah, disco slightly. Disco. Tie for the Irish Romans. Damn disco. By a sheet of paper. Whoa. Missed it by that much. All right.
Okay.
So next up.
Number 3, we have the bonusly filmed flashback scene with young Picard with wonderfully de-aged and Raffi introducing a whole new uniform, but introducing Raffi, who is the idiotically complaining about being, unlimited resources yet bitching about it for no reason. We get Hugh doing great. And on Discovery side, we get Earth. And it's a whole Earth episode with the Adira stuff, with Book pretending to be part of the crew, the Earth people that weren't villains. We get the miners from Jupiter, I believe, one of the moons, and they turn out to be humans, turn out to be Todd from Stargate, and we get a nice, let's be peaceful.
The Swede from Hell on Wheels.
Yeah. Oh.
Trust me, if you watch Hell on Wheels, the fucker's back. He never dies. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't die in Stargate either. Yeah. He often could die. Met the guy. I think I have a picture of him. Well, I would if I met him. Yeah. I think I have. Maybe.
Well, okay, so the synopsis for this one is after reflecting on the past with Raffi, Picard hires her partner, Rios, to help him in his search for Bruce Maddox. Soji's work on the Borg cube catches the attention of the executive director. All right, so we get a flashback to the Raffi Picard, his dismissal and her firing from Starfleet, I guess.
Makes no sense why he did any of the things he did and why she got fired. No reason given why she was fired. None at all.
Yeah. Got to meet Hugh, which is great to see an old character.
Done well.
Rios was great. Seeing Rios, I think the introduction to him was pretty good, if I recall correctly. So that was kind of neat.
Holograms.
Yeah, I get to introduce the holograms, kind of.
But Discovery, though, the Earth one, they weren't villains. It was all actually surprisingly. We're expecting all these stupid, Earth being dystopia and the lady being really mean, the black lady who's the commander, and everyone's kind of balanced, everyone's kind of well thought out, and
Honestly, this one goes to Picard for me.
or
Just because we got the flashback to see the end of a beautiful career,
throwing it away.
and getting to see Hugh as
Yeah.
a liberated Borg. He's got his implants out. It's like, oh, there's potential here yet again. Awesome, sweet.
But the Raffi stuff makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
It
doesn't.
Any
It
of
doesn't. But I didn't enjoy the Earth episode.
You did though. You enjoyed it enough at the time.
It was all right, but looking back, it's like, this one will be a tie for me.
Oh no, tie's fine. Tie's fine.
Yeah, this is easily a tie for me.
Okay.
Easily a tie.
Yeah, I think for me, Discovery by like a hair, just because it surprised me with its lack of. This is why I think I said it doesn't fall into the potholes of course, Discovery would. I was expecting Earth to be this horrible place and there to be like a evil prime minister, and I was like, no, it's fine. It's just doing
You got
its
a
thing.
tree hugging scene in that one,
Yeah. But a lovely pan out that looked great and no Discovery shuttles.
and they could have used a Discovery
Yeah,
shuttle.
could have used them.
That's the ironic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hair's breadth on Discovery for me. Just I think because it didn't fail, which is a weird metric, but Picard, like I said, the Raffi thing really breaks it for me, because if her entire resentment is a faulty concept, and that is a problem, because that's bad writing.
And there were Discovery shuttles in the Picard episode. So when there could have been Discovery shuttles in this Discovery one, and there wasn't. So yeah, it's a tie for me easily.
Because remember, Stuart, Picard, rather than beaming to Raffi's location, he takes a Discovery era shuttle taxi. Why is there a Picard era shuttle working as taxi services when he could just beam? Why?
We've had this discussion.
I know, but it's just so stupid. Like badly written garbage. But the flashback's good. I just wish
Still a tie, though.
I just wish I didn't know that Picard scene was an additional scene filmed after the fact, because they needed filler. Because it's one of the best scenes in the entire season. That's sad to me. Like, you needed more scenes than... Anyway, whatever. What do you guys think? Picard, Discovery?
So what was your answer? Was it Discovery?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, let us know. Tie, Discovery, or Picard. Are you keeping track of what we're picking?
No, but I can. I don't know if that was important. Sure.
No, it will be at the end, so because we're judging which is better, right? Overall.
Oh, well,
I think it's going to be obvious what it's going to be.
Okay, now that's an interesting. Okay. So it was. Okay, hang on. You talk to the chat for a second. I'm just going to write it down.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Hugh and Icheb. Yes. Disco. Neither were bad. Picard, Discovery, tie. Disco, tie. I'll go Star Trek Discovery. Okay. A lot of people agree with me, but we got a tie. For a few ties, anyway. One Picard. Alex says Picard by hair's breadth. That's awesome.
Okay, so episode 1, it was both of us Picard. Episode 2, it was I was tie, you were Discovery.
Yes.
Episode 3, which is what we're on now, you're tie, I'm Discovery.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And the chats, they kind of died down. They haven't been talking about it really much, but we got a Disco, neither. So it's like equivalent to a tie, I guess. Picard, Discovery, tie, Disco. Disco, tie. Yeah. That's interesting.
Cool.
Okay,
Episode 4, you can give us the synopsis is?
Absolute candor. On the way to Free Cloud, Picard requests a stop at the Romulan refugee planet, where he reunites with Eleanor, the young Romulan he befriended 14 years ago. Narek continues to learn more about Soji. Date rape. Well, consensual. I guess it's fine.
And so this is when this is when they had the room turned to a bar for some reason, but it's still clearly the same room. And then they say, "Do you know what the Borg likes to do on deck 14? They like to zoom on the ice, because that's what Borg do."
Yeah.
You stupid man. I know you're a born liar, but still. I remember, Stuart. 3 names. 1 for you, 1 for your mum, 1 for the people, and 1 for the one you love. We have 3 names. So Denatra was called Denatra, Denaturaria, and Denatura, depending on who you know, how you know her. And I guess Discovery was the Trill episode. Easy summation, the Trill one. The one with the Trill. Oh, and also Culber being the man with his whole diagnostic everyone. Like, being Mr. Everyone is not doing well, Saru. We need to, like, have them take a break because they're all going mad. Gut reaction, Stuart.
Yeah, gut reaction is Discovery for sure. Absolute candor. We got the decapitation, we got a sword fight, we got a monastery.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Picard. Picard dressed like fucking bad guy from Indiana Jones.
And he starts a sword fight that gets an ex-senator murdered just because.
Just because he saw the sign.
He hates
the
the
Romulans
sign.
only and rips it down because he's an asshole. Like, fuck. What do you expect to have happen, you dipshit?
90 seconds left and he starts a fight.
It's Discovery for me for sure.
See, I was on the fence
Eugene,
and then you said that shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Eugene, though, 250 rubles.
Thank you.
Controversial opinion. Narek was probably the best character in season 1 with tragedy, depth, and multiple layers. Rios is in second place. All his mysteriousness was wiped by tying his past to conspiracy. I still say Rios is a better character than Narek. Narek was kind of potential and kind of just fizzled out, unfortunately, and was overshadowed by his sister.
Yeah, I think Rios. Every episode Rios got better, whereas Narek actively got better, way worse, and it kept moving around.
Yo-yoing.
Like I said in this one, he was awful. And then at the end, why does he think he can fight even one Sung android? One Sung android can break your body. And he knows that because he's a whatever. Like, he knows this. He knows nothing he can do can stop any of them. What is he doing? Should have brought a gun. He's a twat. Etc. Yeah, I was on the fence, but yeah, you really got me. That Picard stupid moment, and it was okay. And even the start though, like, why is he befriending a 14-year-old boy? Oh, just 'cause we need him on the crew. That's it. There's no real, like, deep reason here, you know.
Yeah.
And
you could tie it in with his nephew getting killed in a fire, and he doesn't have any kids of his own, so of course he's going to reach out to a little kid that doesn't have a dad, and that kind of works. But
then he would have reached out in the intervening 14 years.
Like
this isn't
He doesn't give a shit, and he doesn't like kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's both sides of that coin. Like, he can still easily get a transport anywhere in the galaxy. He's got friends that are captains on starships. This isn't Discovery. He can communicate with wherever the hell that planet was today. Like, that was his choice to be a dick, and so it, like, hurts it. And yeah, and Eleanor was alright, but also wasn't at the same time. Very confusing. But things, Culber had great lines. He was standout in that one. Adira was pretty good. Burnham was pretty good. The scene with Culber and Burnham actually explaining why she stayed on the planet was like, oh, Trekyards, you listened to us from the future and then rewrote a scene. Wow.
Yeah.
You knew.
I wish. All right.
Although the sphere data was a mistake, though, to show us the sphere data actively helping in the Zara voice, and then to not do anything with that. That was like a Don't set that up and then not pay it off,
Yeah. Well, so chat, put in Picard or Discovery.
No, I think Disco has to win that one.
Yeah, for me it's Discovery.
And it's not even that it's the best Discovery episode. I think there's too many stupid things in the other one.
It's kind of a boring Discovery episode. I didn't really appreciate the Trill stuff so much. So.
But it wasn't bad. It was just not exciting.
It was very TNG-ish.
But seeing the Senate Tower was a beautiful. The music, them all appearing, the uniforms, the Picard guy, excellent moment. Excellent moment.
And getting uniforms from different eras. So yeah.
Excellent moment. Yeah. And it's weird because there isn't that many excellent moments in Picard that you can just say, like, the Voyager theme with the Picard, the Locutus 7 of 9 conversation was great. But there's very few just, like, ultra A-star moments in the Picard season, which is really weird. Whereas Discovery had some genuine A-star moments. Yeah, what do people think? What are they saying? I needs to know.
Oh, I like the Trill stuff. Oh, hold on. Am I back? There we go. Disco. I like the Trill stuff. Disco. like the challenge to resolve the plotline. Disco, I'd be happy. It had trippy visuals. Certainly wasn't boring. Discovery. Okay, well, there you go.
Oh, there you go. And also, I'll say there was quite a nice, straightforward, simple A to B to C step of how do we find Starfleet Command? Here's a person that lead us there. Here's a thing we'll go. It worked. Here we go. Nice. Makes sense. Moving on. As we do today. Episode 5. Oh my god. Stuart, this is the one with 7 of 9 and French Picard speaking in a stupid French accent, playing, even though there's a great Major Grimm where he cuts to him being an actor and says, acting is this, this, and this, and he cut to him being an idiot in that one. You get the heist in a cheap bar set that you can tell they just either built on the cheap or renovated or was a standing set.
It's Stardust City Rag. Here we go. The Lost Serena crew reach Free Cloud and find Bruce Maddox in a precarious situation. So 7 of 9, the ex-Borg they recently picked up, lends her assistance. It's the murder episode.
Yeah. Phaser rifles, though.
Bajazel.
Bajazel.
Yeah. Oh, there were some good references here as far as Quarks was mentioned.
But that's the art department, not anyone else.
No. The Quark was mentioned in lines of dialogue.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, was it? No, I think it was Rom was mentioned. I think Quark's bar was it?
Quark's bar there was a neon sign for Quark's bar, but Quark was mentioned. There was 1 or 2 other little references in that very same scene, which were kind of cool.
Yeah.
But can't remember them offhand. But yeah, with the way this ended, with her going down and just blowing Bajazel away, was like, all right, sweet.
And Picard knew, Picard, and you don't buy for a second they didn't meet. They'd never met in 20 years. They should have been they should have gone to conferences together. To have it be the first time was pathetic and stupid. And yeah, really hurt Sunrine's character for the long run, and Picard character. But had a great conversation with them, which was good, but does not save the episode.
Do I not look particularly sinister? Shut the fuck up.
Just Patrick wants to be funny.
Discovery was the Starfleet new ships, Admiral Vance. Boom, clear winner. There's no conversation here. Yeah. It's slap it down on the table. It's the winner.
Yeah, Picard was embarrassing. Discovery was raising to a bar of like, oh, you did Starfleet really well. Yep. Damn it. Wow. Jeez, yeah.
Cedric Taylor 08 puts in $5. Are you ready for Strange New Worlds? Absolutely. Bring it on, bitch.
Right now. Give it to me. Do you have it?
SWTX
Inject
Chaser.
It right in the veins,
SWTX Chaser $2. Picard, Bond villain. Yes. It was awesome. Don't you know? It was particularly sinister. Fucking stupid. Yeah, so this one, hands down, Discovery. Boom. Everybody, put it in the chat. Picard, Discovery, or tie. If you say tie, you're fired. If you say Picard, you're fired. There's only one answer. Vance. That's the winner. Yeah, absolutely. Vance.
Yeah. And considering that he wasn't ruined, because if he'd been a villain at the end of the season, this would have a really bitter taste in our mouths.
Yeah.
But he was pro. He was a pro. Yeah,
this is where S1 Noir. This is where Disco kicks in and Picard falls hard. Yeah, pretty much.
They were neck and neck for a bit. Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty cut and dry from here on out. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll give them each their due. But this one doesn't even. There's no sense even talking about it. Really.
And the fact that they didn't force Adira, like she started to factor out at this point because she wasn't needed, or they weren't needed, although she at this point, but they weren't needed as much. That's good. It's fine. And this is also Sea Trip, I believe. Episode, wasn't it? Was it that the first time? Prove yourself on the Sea Trip.
That might be the next episode.
Because pre-refit, and the refit was quite quickly after.
Okay, then it might be this one. I think you're right.
I'm good. Because there was a second part to the episode.
Michael cursed as a Frenchman pirate. Picard was so shit.
Okay, episode 5. Because I obviously have them right here. It was...
Yeah, you can fix it.
Yep, Sea Trip. Anon and everything. So, yeah.
So disco.
And Stuart, it is still shocking that we're saying this. I'm still like... It's weird.
Shocked that can you imagine going back and telling ourselves as soon as we heard word that Picard was coming out that we'd be like, yeah, so You should. This video you do in the future, you're going to be selecting Discovery episodes over Picard. It's like, oh no, don't tell us that.
Yeah, that would be like, imagine season 1 us. Stuart and Samuel, they're gonna make a Star Trek Picard with 7 of 9 and Data. Yes!
They're going to save the day. They're going to save Star Trek.
And it won't break canon at all. What? But you're gonna say Discovery's better. Like, that would be shocking. Beyond shocking. But episode 6. The one where Picard goes on the Borg cube and gets his Locutus flashbacks, including the Locutus on the wrong side that was flipped because they wanted to match up with his face even though it's the wrong side, even though no one's filming it, etc., etc. I believe Hugh dies at the end. Yeah, dies at the end of this one. They obviously get to Nepenthe via the good Voyager reference. Dar or Soji, whichever one she is, does her 21 years, or 31 months, 31 months, 31 months. That's enough. Stop 31 months. Stop doing it. 31 months. Please stop the scene. 31 months. For God's sake, stop. We've got it. You know? Oy.
Flaughter.
Yeah.
The Impossible Box. This one. Picard and the crew trace Soji to the Borg cube, forcing Picard to face memories of being Locutus. Narek believes he's found a way to safely exploit information from Soji. Yeah, I mean, this one had potential. Picard meeting Q again was a great little scene. Picard having PTSD, not so much. It could have been good, could have been bad. It's kind of
It felt like they hadn't watched First Contact.
Yeah. The Soji stuff was.
How did she fall through all of the Borg cube and then land in the exact corridor at the right time, even though she was falling and they walked? Who
cares? Let's move on.
Yeah.
What was the Discovery one? That's where it ends with the movie, with the ship taking care of them.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Then this is the one where they go to the planet with the junk. Book they introduce the Orion guy. They steal. They go off with a ship with Giorgio and Burnham. They reveal Giorgio's having her San flashbacks, and they go through and they find the comm badge. They meet the Orion guy. We introduce the idea of Osira. First time mention it. We see the chain. We see all of the Discovery era ships in orbit. Only Discovery assets. Nothing new, except the random one shuttle. And they murder everyone on the ships because then they fire torpedoes. And despite all the slaves being in the ships, we've already established that they destroy every ship, which then kills everybody. Oh well, doesn't matter. Giorgio hates everybody. And yeah, the thing with the crew probably that's probably that one. Yeah, I thought it was last week.
That's how that one ends, I think.
Yeah, let's have a look. No, that was last week. No, this week is the one where Burnham gets Okay, see, I had to look at the L-cast to see if you're actually still alive or not. That was last week. This one is the one where Adira is giving Stamets the spore drive improvements, so they're bonding. Tilly rats on Burnham, proving that she can be command material. They tell Vance, who's actually kind of cool with it. We see the Enterprise Constitution class thing. They get the black box. Adira and Stamets talk, and they believe him about Grey. And they kiss. Michael and Book kiss. Linus is the transporter joke. And at the end, Vance lays into Burnham like a boss.
This is the refit episode. Okay, cool.
Well, that'll be next week. It's the pre-refit episode.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's next week.
Well, it's going to be Discovery, just because I didn't even enjoy that episode of Discovery. I liked it better than I thought I would going into it. It's a typical save somebody rescue mission thing, but it's going to be Discovery by a. Now that I said that, the Hugh and Picard thing was kind of neat. There was hope there. You know what? It's going to be a tie for me. I'm going to have to say a tie for this one because I really didn't enjoy that episode of Discovery very much. So,
but it didn't let us down like we were thinking it would. With like
the I liked it better than I anticipated, but it's still, it's a tie. Tie for me.
I think this one is difficult because again, the Picard has. Where Discovery used to have stupid moments, it's now pretty solid across the board. Picard has stupid moment upon stupid moment upon stupid moment, because this is the time then Narek gives her the maze, makes her see herself, and then chooses to kill her with gas and not just shoot her. Just shoot her, Why are you gassing her? That it's meant to take seconds. It doesn't take seconds. I think Discovery wins this one just because it. You're right. Picard had some good moments. Had some really shit moments too. Discovery was pretty solid, and the fact that this is the first episode I liked Giorgio, the first time where she's kind of like, okay, I like the balance here.
Yeah. I didn't mind. Yeah, there's a few things about Giorgio I liked in this episode, which is hard to admit, but.
And again, Burnham's doing good stuff here. You know.
It's still a tie for me because I loved the Picard and Hugh scenes. They got the little nod to Flotter.
No, it was
the little Flotter
brilliant.
thing. It's great. So
it's just that there was so much bad. Like it had some good, but it was and also the Borg sets I railed on because they're just shitty art design. Just like constant bad, cheap bad sets. It's like when it looked 10 times better 20 years ago and less money, you know you're doing something wrong. You know, I know that a concept is a wrong concept. I'm sorry. Bad concept.
Guys, put in the chat. Discovery, Picard, or tie. Let us know.
Oh no, you're right. This is the refit one. Episode 6.
Yeah, because that's when they get the badges. I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's because I scrolled and I didn't see it. You're right. It's the refit one. Yeah. So obviously it wins for me because the refit as well.
Well, yeah. If it's the refit one, then it wins for me too. But that was in the same episode as the.
Yeah, because the Discovery wasn't doing anything. Because they just got refitted. They said we have to be on standby, and therefore we can't take the ship. Okay.
Yeah, it's Discovery for me then. Okay. Sorry.
No, I thought it was next one, but next one they go to Navarre. Next one, Discovery goes to Navarre. They have all the politics, but we also go to Nepenthe, and we meet Troy and Riker and baby Troy Riker.
This one's easy. This is definitely Picard. It was good to see Riker again, obviously. Good to see Troy as well. It was a very feel-good episode, seeing the reunion of them all. The synopsis here is Picard and Soji, who's struggling to make sense of her recent unlocked memories, travel to a planet that happens to be the same as Picard, the home of Picard's old friends, Will Riker and Diana Troy. Eleanor and Hugh are left on the Borg cube to face Narissa. Yeah, like the Borg cube stuff was but yeah, this one had a lot of heart, and just hearing Riker say, "Shields up for the house," he clinches it. It's easily this one. The Navarre stuff was interesting, learning about the Vulcans and Romulans reuniting, and I guess if you give a shit, you know, Michael's mother's back, but I didn't care. So as much as, you know, we kind of got a answer to unification, it underwhelming compared to seeing Riker and Troy again. So this is hands down a Picard win, because this was a good feel-good episode. This was also an episode that was the last minute, like the scene of him and Raffi with the uniforms. So again, the best parts of Picard are stuff that they filmed at the last minute, and that's sad. That's sad.
We know this season is heavily underperforming. We know it's not going to do well. Let's add the stuff that we know people want to see to try and pull it together. Because I like this Discovery episode. I thought it was good politics. It was intriguing. It should have been on Vulcan, Navarre. They absolutely should have, splunged out and actually had a set. They should have taken shuttle downs. I know it's about budget. It's always budget, but it would have meant more on Navarre itself. Got to see Vulcan, but then again, they didn't do it wrong by not showing it. So although having the SB9 data not be in a thing and them set up so strongly then not pay off is a problem. But also, it shows the arrogantness of Vulcans that they would assume it, and they're just wrong because they got in their heads with something. So there's some vague whatever. But yeah, Riker's great. I didn't like the fact they lost a kid. It was sad. It was unnecessarily sad. But Shields Up is incredible. Daj in a shower was a scene that happened.
Yeah, I recall.
No, Sukal. That's later.
Dumbass.
Double dumbass on you.
Oh, see that's good. That deserves a high five.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. That's good.
Very nice.
And actually, you know what? I'll say, just because Marina Sirtis was the best she's been as Troy since probably All Good Things. The fact that she was excellent. She actually outacted Patrick. As far as I can recall, she was excellent. Because Patrick was good this week, but she was better than he thought. Patrick was good because of his friends, but
I honestly can't stand her, so I didn't notice.
Fine, yeah, but this one's I think Picard for both of us. But it was their
Yes.
best episode, so yeah.
Put it in the chat, guys. Picard, Discovery, or tie? I'm going to read some super chats while you do that. Mark Lawrence, $5.
Hey.
Picard was worst for not showing any Starfleet ships at Earth.
Yeah.
No Galaxy or Intrepid or even a Miranda or an Oberth. Oh, don't get me started. Seems Discovery assets in the Children of Mars short was just that soured me right away to Picard. So
And what's funny is they could have made free like Eagle Moss ships. They just made like future refits of all the old ships just to fly in the background. Could then reuse those assets for Discovery, for all the old ships in the asteroid fields. Why? What? They could have saved themselves money and made themselves money. Like they'd make. Oh, that's crazy.
Sorry. DGR Blue says Discovery wins because Vance shits on Burnham and it's good. Well, yeah, but in comparison to the rest of the episode, yeah. Cedric. I heard you had to do reshoots and one captain had to be replaced. When will you release? What? I heard you had to do reshoots and one captain had to be replaced. When will you release? That's when they did the reshoot with Riker as captain instead of
Admiral
Clancy.
Yeah.
Admiral Clancy, yeah.
Which is why
it's definitely Picard for me.
But
so
Discovery
let's see what
was
the
not
chat is
bad,
saying.
and that's actually because that would have won against most of the Picard episodes. But
Yep.
that's yeah.
Picard in this one, Riker wins. Picard, a very rare case of the series in general. Picard.
Yeah.
They should have left Dodge alive. Would have been funnier. Picard due to Riker. Picard just because of the reunion. Yeah.
But it was also really well written.
Oh,
it's just sad.
S1 Noir says still disco. Riker was wasted. I disagree. It pays off with him coming back at the end and the burnt tomatoes. You know.
But the thing is, they let Troy get a really good set of scenes. Like she's rarely given those moments.
They did,
and that was, I think that's fine. Because
that's her being a counselor and a heartbroken mother. Like that was
Yep. Because they've always given time to Riker, so I'm absolutely fine. Because we know he's going to be in Lower Decks. We know he's going to be in Picard season 2, I'm sure. So I'm actually really fine with that. Good. Okay. Next
up,
8, which was the Quajon episode of Discovery. When they, go meet Book's brother, not brother. They meet Osira. They meet the
Sanctuary.
Yep. And in Picard.
Okay, this is broken pieces. Picard realizes how far some will go to protect secrets that go back generations. When truths about the attack on Mars are revealed, Narissa orders her guards to capture Eleanor, setting off a chain reaction on the Borg cube. These are both shit.
My 3 screens. I know 7 becomes Queen. No, she doesn't even. I can't remember this episode. I'll have to find this episode of Picard. I can't even visualize the
I think
scenes.
this is the one where she becomes queen. And
is it?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Because only
no, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's the next episode.
There's only 3 more. Okay, let me skim. I've got the file. Okay, so we get the introduction scene is the reveal of the Jet Vash. Okay. And then we get revealed that the Borg cube was killed by the auntie. That reveal. We get 7 gunning down people and revealing or coming in. We get revealing Daj on the ship and whatever. Clancy getting comeuppance because she's a bitch. Raffi not realizing that Irish hologram is not really bloody Rios. It's like, well, let me have a voice. It's not this accent, haven't I, lassie? Yeah, Rios. Wait, what? Idiot. I mean, she says, those concentric circles that I've just saw from a hologue? This is important. It's like, how would you possibly? Ugh, no. And then they vent ball people out into space. Makes no sense. They fix a ball cube from nothing. There's a great scene where Picard talks to Daj about Data, but talks to him like he's best friend, which he never was. Raffi talks every hologram because Raffi's getting drunk because she saw Soji and that was Flower Girl from the past. We get that backstory, so it was all holograms until the end. 7 becomes Queen. We get the 5 hologram scene where they all put their hand on their head.
So it was 7 becomes Queen in this one, okay.
Yes. And we get the one where this is after blonde lady tries to commit suicide and then Picard's like, you disappointed me, you have.
Okay, well, just because of the 7 and 9 scene, this one's going to edge out Discovery because that episode of Discovery was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
It was boring. It was boring. It was. Who he has a brother, but not really a brother. He's a brother from another mother. So yeah, no, the Borg Queen thing was worth it just for that. Boom, there we go. But she didn't handle the situation properly. The Borg drones wouldn't be dead. Bring them back into the ship.
They can all survive that, you idiots. Please watch First Contact. Please watch First Contact. Your archive team did because they found clips from it. Watch it too. But this also ends with them at Transwarp going towards Soji's planet. This is the one we get all the reveals. Like everything finally comes together. So yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to be Picard edging it out.
It's going to be Picard, yeah, because it was. I remember the excitement of this is going to be it, Stuart. We're going to have all the great stuff coming.
I love the synopsis that they have on IMDb. It's like that tells me nothing.
No, that was
Shit
awful.
happens on the cube. Woohoo! Sweet.
That was nothing. Yeah, terrible. Okay, Picard. What do you guys think? Give us a vote.
Let us know in the chat what you guys think. Picard.
But the hologram scene also was epic. That was a real high point.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
That guy was just going from strength to
Where they're all
strength
talking to each other. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That's a great character and a great actor.
And also Raffi, as soon as Raffi wasn't a depressed drug addict who was drunk, was great.
Yeah. No, still don't like her, but yeah.
But yeah.
All right, so Picard. No, Picard. Neither. 7 is the Silver Ranger. That's good. Picard. Disco. Both episodes awful, but more nonsense on Picard. Picard wins, but is this really a victory? Picard, Disco, Picard. It's pretty much Picard is the answer there. So,
guys, though,
Picard.
We haven't had many super chats for a bit, and we haven't had many likes for a bit. So I would love to see a little bit of a like spike and a super chat spike here. 174, because we've just been enjoying the conversation, which is great, but so I'd like to see 9 likes, easy, 150, and $20. Put in your thoughts right now as we get to the epic season finale 2-parter of Picard and the epic season finale 5-parter of Discovery. Because we've still got some more to go.
We're still going episode to episode, so Discovery's just going to win the last 3. All right.
Ooh.
Next
Interesting. Up. Episode 9, Et in Arcida and
Et
full
in
review.
Arcadia.
I didn't put the name of the Discovery one. Stuart, go to the synopsis.
With the Romulans in pursuit, Picard and the crew finally reach Soji's home planet and discover more than they expected about the inhabitants. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we get the Borg cube coming out of Transwarp. We get the flowers taking it down. And that was like, well, that was anticlimactic because that Borg cube was the entire season. Oh, it's gone. Okay, great, thanks. We get the backpack. So, Stuart.
Yes, we do. We have some.
We get Narek walking around the ship, being stealthily somehow, whatever. We get their meeting Data's long lost non-brother, human brother that's never mentioned. That doesn't make much sense. It's okay. It doesn't really work that well.
Yeah.
We get
to meet Sutra. That's a positive.
Excellent makeup, yeah. And we get introduced to the Golem, so we get that set up. And this one was annoying because this was way better than the second one, I recall. It was a decent setup. Just to piss poor everything else.
All right. So that being said, then on Discovery, we've got the first Mirror Universe episode, which is half. What happens in the first half? Can't recall. Second half, they meet Carl, and she.
We've skipped the Discovery of TNG reference. That was earlier. Damn it, that was a good scene. That must have been last week.
No, that's this week. That's this one, I think.
Oh no, it might start with that. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, it does. I think it does. It's the same as the Mirror Universe episode because we start talking about how they can fix her. Okay. Yes, and then they check the sphere data. They find out to go to Carl's planet. They go see Carl.
Yep, starts with TNG. Yep.
And I can't remember what else happened on Discovery. There's another plot line there, but whatever.
Yeah, let me let you know. So we get that. We get Giorgio not being phasing through drinks and shoving at Tilly. We get Vance being a good guy with a bit of backstory with telling Saru, trust, be good because you'll regret not being at least helpful.
Yeah.
We'll be on standby. The shitty fight between the two girls, but then don't kill me. Oh, I don't want to die, etc. The phasers, the goodbye where she actually is respectful to everyone, which is surprising. And then beam down to the ice planet of Toronto.
Yeah.
And then Adira, missing Grey. We get Book wanted to be part of the crew with the great, hey, we'll read the manual then. I'll read the manual then. And he does, and it works. That's great. takes it in stride. Then Carl, Guardian, Kelpian reveal. with the distress signal, and then Mirror! Long live the Empire!
Long live the Empire. And we get Stabbits. This is the Stabbits episode.
And we get actual Mirror burn and the overact! Well, I had to overact.
So the answer is Discovery. That's the winner. This is a pretty good episode. We get learn about the Temporal Wars. We get some TNG stuff.
Yes.
That's awesome. So yes, hands down, Discovery. Picard, not so much. The flowers, the taking down of the Borg cube. There's a bunch of stupidity going on. Not pleased.
Stuart, you remembered the Borg cube. You remembered 7 of 9. You remembered Brent Spiner. You remembered the makeup. And Discovery. But isn't that interesting? Both episodes we get massive references to the past. Borg cube, Brent Spiner, new data person.
Yeah.
On the other end, we get TNG uniform, literally. Guardian Forever, Mirror Universe. That's a really interesting split.
It isn't the worst episode of Picard, and if it was a weaker episode of Discovery, Picard might win. With the TNG uniform, with the Temporal Wars, with meeting Carl and the Mirror Universe, there's a lot going on with Discovery that just works. So it's going to be Discovery for me.
Yeah,
hands down.
It's got to be. Yeah. Because I can't. This episode of Picard is just unfortunately symbolized to me all the missed potential. Because it was an okay setup, god awful payoff.
Yeah.
The Discovery was a better setup and less good payoff, but it's not, not the end of the world.
Yeah, everybody's complaining your mic, but that's because you yelled into it, so it was compensating. So his volumes come up now. That's a problem when you yell into it, and then you start talking. It's very, very soft because it's like I don't know what you did to it. But you sound better to me right now. So
it's probably. I mean, it's just OBS, isn't it? It's trying to be good.
Yeah. So yeah, Discovery wins for me hands down. Sound better to me. So guys, put in the chat. Discovery, Picard, or both tie. I guess neither should have been an option all along, but.
Oh, sorry.
I guess neither should have been an option all along instead of tie as well. Yeah.
No, one's got to win. One has got to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, this is when Discovery's going to start having an advantage because they've still got more episodes. Which is weird because if Picard hadn't have stretched the first 3 into 3, they would have had another episode of story they could have utilized.
Yeah.
Which they could have done with.
So we got Disco the best. Disco for Stabbits alone. That was a good speech. And I loved reciting his little thing that he was doing for the play. That was awesome.
It was a good play. And I think Bowman's acting was great. Just
Alex said, Alex Mackey says, didn't expect the Terran Empire. Well, no one expects the the Terran Empire. What?
But Stuart, long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire, indeed, my friend.
It's been our joke for how many years now?
It'll continue to be so.
We've made Doug do it, I recall.
Yes. Yeah, that was a great Mirror Universe episode.
It was.
Both are trash. Star Trek Discovery edges out Star Trek Picard slightly because it didn't only ruin 2 legacy characters, whereas Star Trek Picard ruined 9 legacy characters. Yes. Yeah, which is the one where we see Hugh, Echep die. That was quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was ages ago. That was the one with where they meet
Bajazzle.
Yeah, Bajazzle. And SWNWAR S1. He's not president. There's nothing about Cronenberg. That someone said that and everyone's latching onto it. He's not the president. Makes no sense contextually. And also,
but he's saying if he isn't, make him president because he should be.
Yeah. And I will say this is the episode that made. I just remember something. Georgia was so good. Her best has been all 3 years. Like you give her real stuff to do, she can deliver. Just showing again the script lets her down.
Well, let's see. Sergeant Roadkill, £2. Working overtime, just popped into Smash Like. Well, thank you so much.
Click like. 7 more likes. We'll hit 160.
Eugene, 100 rubles.
Hey.
You can skip Discovery episode 9 and 10. It's basically section 31, episodes 1 and 2. Pilot episode, sure.
Yeah, but they commit though, and so it's fun.
Yeah. Fake Valentina puts in £5. Do you think Burnham will order to abandon Discovery at the end to keep continuity with the short Trek episode? It's already fucked though because it's a refit. It's the A. It's not the original Discovery. So unless there's some way that they can camouflage it or disguise it, which Reprogram will matter. Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. We're going to be doing I think tomorrow will be our prediction for season 4 live. So we'll talk about that during that.
Could do. Still got 3 more days to live, but yeah, it would fit our other theme wise. Yeah, okay. Well, there you go, guys. Final episode of Picard season 1 and Discovery season 3 Mirror Universe arc. We've got.
And they're both 2-parters. Like, this is weird. It's part 1 and part 2 for both.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do the Picard.
Yeah, what's the synopsis? How do they synopsis one?
So, in Arcadia Ego, part 2, Picard and his team are pitted against the Romulans and the synthetics of Capilius in a final confrontation. That's it. Wow. Yeah, this is the cut and paste fleet. This is the 7 pushing what's her nuts down a shaft.
A cat fight that we have no investment in at all. They've never met each other.
Yeah.
You killed Icheb, fine. No, you didn't. You killed Hugh, but yeah, you haven't set this up at all, so it's not satisfying at all.
And then just the ending. I mean, the ending of this show could have been the ending of the series. They could not make a season 2 and it'd be fine because the way it ended didn't end on a cliffhanger. They stopped the thing. Riker warps in. That's kind of a cool moment for a second until you realize he's on Discovery's bridge, and the ships are all garbage.
Yep.
And then the Romulans warp away, and fucking Riker doesn't even stick around to watch his friend die. He just buggers off with the rest of the fleet. All the other ships don't mean anything without Riker there. He has to go too. And
clearly the Romulans aren't going to cloak and send 5 ships back and stop the problem. That's going to, it's a nonsensical thing. Yeah, why would Commodore O, reveal herself after 40 years just to leave with no reason? Why? How are we meant to like Soji after she now agrees to kill all sentient life in the galaxy? Sorry, do you remember how we hated Control for that? Soji, an AI, is also doing the same thing for a good 3/4 of the episode. Sorry. Like, she's never going to be the same after that. You've ruined the character. And why introduce Karma Sutra if you kill her instantly? So she means nothing. Completely means nothing. All those synths choose to kill all life, meaning they're shitty. The Narek fight is beyond pathetic. Remember the football, which then a device comes out. They throw it. It goes into one of the synth's hands for some reason. It's like, what? What was this? Why was this a scene? The Golem, okay, fine. But Brent Spire finally dying for the second time.
That was an emotional scene. You got to see Picard in the TNG uniform with his head and tongue, at the final scene. That was it. That was the good part. That was a redeeming thing. So that was kind of neat.
Well, that's basically all we wanted from the season. Just cut out everything with every character and show us the first scene and the Data end scene. Those 2 scenes, nothing else.
There you go.
Just cut out the middlemen, because then it can be about him saying goodbye to Data. Sergeant Picard saying goodbye to Data, aka Brent Spine, and then you deep fake Brent Spine to make him look better, as they've already done.
Yeah,
easy.
What did the 5 Queen of Hearts cards he had in his hand mean? Are there 5 Sojis? Soji, Daj, Sutra, the one that got killed. Was there another one? I don't even know. Anyway, yeah. So. Okay, so that was the final card.
And the tentacle monsters don't mean a thing either. Even though they're obviously going to have to come back in season 2 and kill all life because now they've been alerted. So if that isn't the plot of season 2, again, pathetic writers. Pulitzer Prize winner, guys.
And then the end of the Mirror Universe saga. And Giorgio's heartfelt goodbye. And we actually like the character now. I actually kind of liked her at the end there. Her getting sent back by Carl or the Guardian. That reveal was fantastic.
I am the Guardian of Forever.
You just turned your mic down again. What else happened at the end of that episode? Once they get back on Discovery, did we find out more about the Kelpian thing?
I think we get the joke about Adira putting on pause. That's why it delays one episode, because they put it on pause. I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right.
Vance tells him off a little bit for saying, you should have told me. Well, I would have. Well, you should have.
Yeah.
What else? I'm scrolling. Oh, you get the Jet Reno scene saying, where have you been? Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the black licorice.
Yeah.
And you get Saru shooting people in the face. Mira Saru is murdering the bridge crew. Kolber with his dyed hair that keeps in the next episode. Captain Killy being cool. The guy that wasn't Lorca. The new shuttle and no Lorca makes no sense. Makes no sense. Saru working out she's not from the mirror universe in a very, very good scene. Burnham getting tortured and then fireflies, which is not a good scene.
You're going backwards.
Oh yeah, well I literally am. I'm scrolling. Oh, and then the not Tantalus device. Come on, you know the answer here, Stuart. It's got to be Discovery. Come on.
It's a tie.
Really? Ooh, why?
Well,
Okay.
seeing Riker coming in first time, it happens again in Lower Decks. So having Riker come in and save the day was a nice touch that they added. The fleet sucked, but overall, seeing the Data and Picard thing, the goodbye, was a real punch to the feels.
Yeah.
So.
But you saw the Guardian Forever for the first time in like 45 years, done quite well.
I know, but I was happier to see Data.
Sure. Yeah.
Just the whole thing around that and why that's a thing. Was
remember,
kind of
Picard takes command of La Serena and then makes holographic clones of the ship that last all of 40 seconds, but just the 40 seconds he needs because the unknown.
When we get all the.
Yeah, we got all the faces of whatever her name is. Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is her name?
I don't know. I don't remember. And because of course those 40 seconds, the unknown ships come in range and have to do the right 40 seconds, and she doesn't. I remember. O's like this in the command chair. She's like this. Arm weapons, and she's like, full planetary destructive yield. And she never says fire. She can say fire at any point. Never says fire. Never actually does the damn job, then leaves.
It's hey, close to
gut
a tie,
reaction,
but
man. Gut reaction. I'm not going to judge you either way.
My gut reaction is a tie.
Say tie then. Don't worry. I'm not going to judge. I'll put you down for a tie. That's absolutely fine.
I'm not going to judge. You said tie. What? No, think of all the things that happened. This.
No, it's
all
true.
the stupid things. Just... No, gut reaction. Seriously. I'm not going to judge you.
No, that's me explaining why. That's me explaining why. That's for me. But no, tie's fine. Discovery for me. This is an awful season finale for me. And Discovery, I like the Burnham acting. I thought it was really good to see her because it makes season 1 better. This episode makes season 1, whereas Picard makes Picard and 7 worse. These two parts make Discovery season 1 a lot better, which is a damn hard thing to do. What do you guys think?
Let us know in the chat. So you're picking Discovery.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Let us know. Disco, Picard, or tie. Let us know.
Although, if the ties are a tie, how do we judge ties at the end?
We'll have to see how many there are and whether the other ones outweigh them. Okay. Which they will, hands down. Yeah. But I mean, it's fair enough. You got a legacy character, people brought back in. You know, there's going to be some good moments.
Have you ever seen the sun
shining so bright?
Re-aging in front of your eyes is much easier than de-aging because he goes into dust. And even though it would make more sense just to reset his consciousness and then bring him back into a synth body and have him be alive again as Commander Data in the present, because you can easily just undo those 20 years of memories. Why are you killing Data? You shitty people. Oh yeah, and Synth Picard. We forgot Synth Picard at the end, who may or may not have any of his diseases.
Oh yeah, there's even a line where you're gonna die at the same time you would before. Well, I would have liked at least another 10 years, you dicks. Yeah. He doesn't say that.
Because to be like it would have been better if he said like you'll now die at the average age of like.
They did say that. I forget the exact line, but he's like, you didn't. No, we didn't make you immortal. We're not cruel. You're still going to die about the same. I forget the line, but it's basically you're going to have the same lifespan as you would have normally.
But I mean, there's a difference between dying when you would die anyway, which is arbitrary for whoever you are as a person, versus the average age of someone who may die of that era. As in, if an average person would
That's
live
what they were implying.
Yeah, but they leave it somewhat. They could change it as much as they want. Yeah, what were you
All right,
guys?
so we got disco, easy, disco, and I'm listening with Love Data Goodbye, but disco. I go for Discovery, Picard, disco, easy, fans, Picard. I like disco, but I can see a tie. Picard, the feels. Picard is a synth now. Shite, tie. Discovery, damn it, neither. So tough, a tie. I haven't watched Star Trek Discovery season 3. I didn't watch season 2 either.
Well, skip season 2, watch season 3.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Okay, I mean that's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
well,
no one's just saying Picard though. It's either Discovery or tie, which shows that it's right there. It's right there.
There was a few Picards.
Oh, was there? Oh yeah. Okay.
There's like 2 of them.
Okay.
2 of them. Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, Stuart, now we have this. As you can see, there's now a black box. And obviously, I don't want to go into these too much, so we'll review them on Saturday, Stuart, for our Drunk Live. Would you like to support our alcoholism? If yes, join us on Saturday as we review all of Season 3 of Discovery. Having rewatched ourselves, it'll be interesting because we get to re-experience the plot line and get drunk. And I'm sure I'll do it in uniform as well because that's fun, etc., etc. You know, help us, help you to help us. And then, as I said before, if you want to see us have our drunk rant about the Season 13 Turbolift roller coaster planet, then help us with your super chats. Just saying.
Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon. Stuart's time.
All right, let us know who won. Samuel, let us know.
I honestly think season 3, episode 11 of Discovery wins. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna.
Oh, we're not doing this. They win. There you go.
Stuart, I think season 12. I think season 12 just edges out Picard season. I think season 13. Yep, season 13. Woo! Season 13. Episode. Woo! Woo! Episode 13. Okay. That is a bit unfair, though, actually. Really.
Well, you can't add those to the total. You can't do that.
Well, it'll be a separate metric. You know, it'll be like you do. You're right. But you could do like a percentage-wise and say, you know. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I can't do math, so I'm not going to figure that shit out for you. So.
No, neither am I.
So okay, good.
So how do I? So I just how do I want to metric this? Just like.
Well, how many for Picard for me?
Oh yeah, because you want to know what you think is better, which I think is better. Okay. Okay.
Just let me know how many Picards. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. But I got to do some else. I got to make sure. I want to be careful, guys. So just fan for a little bit, Stu, if you could.
Okay. Spratty D, $5 Australian. The Enterprise of Picard with the copy and paste fleet. Or the episode of Picard, not the Enterprise. The episode of Picard. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, it's pretty simple whether what one. It'll be Discovery, but it'll be interesting to see how many of Picard actually. You know, going back and listening to the episodes synopsis and kind of remembering the good parts. There are some good parts of Picard. That's the thing that we like to point out of all Trek, that we are fair. We show what they do right, and we give them credit for. What they do wrong, we lambaste them for. So
especially with canon based, like they can be stupid, and then there's canon based, and we are within our rights to say stupid canon based stuff.
Yeah. So we try to be fair. So that's the point. Hezra's Star Trek Discovery finale was better. Yes. Absolutely. Picard body count is greater than Discovery Season 3 body count, so Picard wins. Says Bird of Prey 5. Hello, Bird of Prey 5.
Hey, good to see you.
Hope you are well.
Ooh, interesting.
All right, just tell me.
I am actually, and again, this was completely unbiased. We just did it as we went. There was no there was no conspiracy, no pre-thought at all. So, out of the 10 episodes, you had Picard win 3.
Yep.
You had Discovery win 5. And 2 ties.
2 ties. Yep.
So, okay. I had 3 for Picard.
He can't believe his eyes.
There's one too many episodes. Hold on.
He fucked up.
Yep.
So on that note, hi, Bird of Prey 5. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Do you think Season 1 versus Season 3 is a good face-off? No. but it's what we're going to work with because that's all we have of Picard.
Okay.
And it's the one we went into with the most hope.
So for me, I had 3 for Picard, 6 for Disco, and 1 for Ty. So the only difference was the difference between Ty and Disco. That's it.
Sounds about right.
That is actually surprising because we had slightly different ones. We were the same though on episode 1, episode 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 9. But we were different on episodes 10 and 3. And 2.
Wow.
So yeah, Discovery wins 2-1, pretty much. But given that Discovery also says +3, which is fair, Discovery has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Discovery has 8 episodes that win for you versus Picard's win of 3 and tie of 2. And for me, Discovery has 9 wins, 1 tie, and Picard 3 wins. So yes, heavy majority to Discovery. Well done, Discovery. You win this year's award. Although if we did Lower Decks versus either, I think it'd be Lower Decks, probably like 6-4. Anything else, you know?
Yes.
Max minimum, if not more.
There's too much going on in Lower Decks to and too many references and stuff that they would just all went out. That's why we didn't include it here. So, and we're talking live action Trek. So
yeah, Discovery's Lower Decks is too well thought out. But in fact, it's interesting. Lower Decks most thought out wins. Discovery second most thought out wins second. Picard least worst thought out with most reshoots and most breaking world stuff lowest. That tells you something, you know? And before that, again, one lower down, Discovery Season 2 most thought out before that, lower by 1 more bar, and then Discovery after that. So, it goes down as it goes.
I think the results don't surprise anyone. Let's put it that way.
No.
That being said, guys, I think that's it for today. We would like 17 more likes. If there's 17 people out there that have not hit the like button and joined later, please, by all means, hit it. Let's get to 200 likes. Another super chat or 2 would be awesome. Maybe $20 worth.
Yeah, I'll go 17. Let's just round up. Simple 17. Yeah. Would be...
Plus, we've got our last super chat slot, which is now occupied by Spratty D. So if you guys are interested, you can snipe in with $1. It has you say that you won the last super chat slot from one of us, so that's something important, I guess.
Yeah. And Alex...
Other than that...
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Alex says he gets to see Lower Decks the first time next week. Enjoy.
Yes, and go back and watch our live reviews of it, even though they're not live for you, but you'll get a lot out of them. A lot of Easter eggs.
My professional opinion, it's such a good show. Don't binge watch it, because they'll get muddled in your brain. Watch one a day, if as quick as you can, one a day. So they kind of or like rewatch the entire season a second time straight away. Like, let them breathe in your brain, because they need a little bit of space to unpack. Don't just burn through 5. They'll all get muddled in one big thing, and you'll appreciate the development, because these seasons have a lot of good development. So seriously, like, I think you can be resistant. And SWNWAR. How about this? Compare Orville to Lower Decks. Thoughts, Stuart?
No, they're 2 different shows. Can't do that.
Okay.
We could compare Orville season 2 to TNG season whatever. That'd be an interesting comparison. But
it's not a fair comparison. You shouldn't do that.
Not at all.
Because Orville is a very better story, but way less deep. Star Trek, every episode is deep and dripping with canon and reference and logic and like internal universe. Orville is like, hey, it's like a cloud. It's free flying up there with no canon, just enjoying itself.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah.
It's fun to review it because we don't have to worry about it stomping on canon because it's creating it as it goes. So.
Yep. It can just have fun with it.
Yeah.
So it's different. And
I think Seth is one of those guys that's going to have a Bible, and they're going to definitely reference it when they're writing new episodes. Do not contradict what we did in this episode. Donnie Pearson, good to see you. See you later. Live long and prosper to you as well. Yeah. 182 likes. We need another 18 likes to get to 200. So if we can, please do. Squadra Course throws in $2 for the last super chat slot. want to see a Lower Decks Mirror Universe episode. Well, we kind of got that with the I forget the name of the episode now, with Vindicta and
the movie
holodeck
one
program. Yeah. It was very much like the Mirror Universe version.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we never got a Mirror Universe Voyager either. The closest we got was Living Witness, which was interesting and fun. Same with TNG. We never got a TNG Mirror Universe. But, yeah. But I wouldn't mind seeing a Mirror Universe Lower Decks. That'd be interesting. But we kind of got that, like I said, in the form of Vindicta. Vindicta! Yeah. What about comparing Lower Decks to the animated series? That's not much. What? No. No, it's not even a fair comparison at all.
Well, that would be an interesting review series, because I've obviously seen all, if not most of them, but I mean, years ago. Yeah. How often do you feel the need to go back and watch the animated series? Really, you know?
Not often. I've seen it a few times. I didn't even know it existed until I was in my like late teens. It was kind of like a weird legendary thing that was like a mythos. You see a cassette here and there at a convention with 2 episodes on it, and I had 2 cassette tapes with 4 episodes. And then it finally came out on DVD, and I got to watch them all. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So that goes to say how long ago it was that I saw it.
Yeah, it obviously was never on TV in the UK ever, so I never saw it on TV. I think I saw one episode because we had on a random VHS tape, and so I know one episode quite well.
Yeah.
And then we didn't get the DVD. I think I got my dad the DVDs at one point, but just never sat down and watched them because he wasn't that fast. It was more like a collector's thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, It's like there's so much new shows I want to keep on top of, you know.
That'd be an interesting review series. It really would.
Yeah, there's not that many either.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
2 seasons. So.
Yeah.
Dave L, €1 for the last super chat slot. He's sniped in there, so thank you so much. We have 185 likes.
$4, guys. $4.15 likes. That's all we need. Round numbers, guys.
$4 would be great, yeah, and 15 likes would be awesome. We don't have to get that, of course. We'll
just hang out.
Yeah.
But we've got a fun-filled week of edited reviews coming out, guys. Edited content. You guys might have seen yesterday we did No More Spoiled Driving Discovery Season 4, that theory, and then today we released Justice for Zahil. Do go watch our lovely little reaction to that, and boy, that guy's a good smile in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
We gave as many days as we could without spoilers, guys. We do apologise, but everything's been spoiled for everyone that really cares now, and I think we give it a few days, and now not that's a huge spoiler or anything, but.
Alex Mackey, £5.
Ooh.
Good one, guys. Thank you so much. So that hit our monetary goal. Another 14 likes would be awesome. If you haven't hit like, just hit that like button. Let's try to get that before we at least end. 12 more likes now. See, there you go, guys. Hit the like button. If it isn't blue, you didn't do. So turn it Andorian blue. Somebody said earlier they turned it Smurf blue. I'm like, no, that's the wrong color of blue. Andorian blue. SWTX Chaser puts in $1 with a 100 sticker. Thank you so much.
And what
9 more likes.
And what is that in your avatar picture? Obviously anime of some sort.
Looks like Akira.
Let us know.
I don't know what that is. Oh. 8 more likes, guys. 8 more likes gets 200.
7 on mine. 7 on mine.
Oh, 7 on mine too. And we have 1 new member that joined. Thank you very much to Will, BGR Blue, for doing that.
That was actually very, very important to us. And great with the show is wrapping down. That sort of regular stuff does make a big difference. 6 more likes. What's that?
Squadra Course, $1.
$1.
The last super chat slot. Sergeant Montgomery, Trekyards gets my vote. For what?
Load the animated series, I bet.
Oh. Oh, we got a last super chat battle here.
Click like right now.
5 more people.
5.
I wish we could send this back in time to ourselves in Discovery Season 1.
But you don't like to be spoiled for anything, so
that'd be a lot of spoilers, to be fair. That's where they got all their ideas from. Okay, we would have to do that and then wipe our own memories. Have us film our first reaction with the crappier cameras, and then watch our first reaction now live of our past selves first reacting this live. and then we get to first react to our first reactions of our live and see how we would react to such absurd. Because what would we say? You know, how would we react to Romulans and a Borg cube and Hugh back and, you know, Burnham being captain like back then? That'd be an interesting, impossible experiment, but
yeah. 2 more likes, guys.
Ooh,
198.
right there.
2 more likes. 2 people haven't hit like, and I know you're out there. Hit the like button.
Oh, this was fun though, Stuart. It was a good little retrospective that I think went where we thought, but I like the fact that we didn't try and think ahead. We just did it as it went, and we were fair, and we got our answer.
Not that it was surprising.
Not that it was surprising. Yeah, I hope they make those future uniforms, and I bet they'll be really expensive. Although I will say they've released some press images and they showed a view from the view screen of everyone of that lineup, and everyone looked worse than uniforms. Like when you show,
I noticed that too.
Yeah, like the way they can just flow down them. There's no like middle bits.
Yeah,
it's kind of okay.
Yeah,
I saw it too.
202 likes. Thank you so much, guys. That's it. We'll call it there. Join us tomorrow for another live.
And a quick apology for the wrong intro, but glad we got there in the end, guys. And obviously that was about 20 minutes late because of that thing, so we about made up for it anyway. Yes, see you tomorrow. Thanks so much, guys. Yeah. Thanks, Stuart. Good to see you as always.
Clinton says, I'm surprised you guys didn't like season 3 more.
More than
Were you
what?
paying attention?
Well,
I liked it more than every other season of Discovery and more than Picard. That's what this whole live was about. Go watch it in the beginning. Bye, guys.
Bye.